Great. We are live right now, everyone. Welcome back. We got the Blue Collar Media Group show here. Excited to be able to bring this quick story to you. We don't have much time before our next meeting, so it's going to be a short episode. But Anthony and I were talking about what we want to talk about today for BCMG. And there's big news that's happening right now with a particular company, if you haven't heard, that is perhaps the most profitable company of all time. And it's getting a lot of hate. All right. It's getting a lot of hate. The company is Medv. It's an AI-powered telehealth company that blew up extremely fast. If you have not heard the story, we're going to walk through it with you right now. Last year, the company grossed, get this, $400 million. This year, projected to do over $1 billion. I've seen reports about $1.2 billion. Now, the idea behind this company was that this individual used AI to build a more efficient way to sell supplies over to doctors. At least that's my understanding of my, fifth level grade education, or if you want to put it that way. And what he did is he used AI generated doctor personas to get online and basically to start not an argument, but a testimonial of how great this product was in this service. So if you can imagine, you went to a post and you saw that there was a post for a product, and then you saw a bunch of experts going back and forth about how great it was, and you sprinkle in some negative in there, and then people shut that person down, and you're considering whether or not to make a switch over to that product or service, you're going to do it. The social pressure was there, and this guy realized it. So what he did is he allegedly created these fake profiles like Dr. Matthew Anderson, MD, and those were used within ads. Some ads included fabricated testimonials and before and after results. My question is a simple one here, everybody. Do we think, number one, this is the first time this has happened? Absolutely not. How many times are people using fake bots to leave bad reviews on companies and good reviews on companies? This guy just found a better way to do it at scale. And what you have is you have lawsuits now being filed against that person for marketing, for spam marketing. And then there's going to be some regulatory scrutiny that's going to come down, possibly with this type of content in the future. And so a lot of people are saying this guy is a fraud, that his product was not doing the things that it said it was going to do. Other people are calling him a genius, a guy who was able to use AI ahead of its time in order to generate a buzz about his business, get people talking about the service that he provides. And so when I look at this, I think to myself, the people that are hating on this guy are the ones they wish they had thought about this idea themselves. The only reason you're really hating is that you wish you could do it for your business. I don't think of any business owners out there that look at this and go, man, you know what? If you gave me the opportunity in the comments section on Instagram to start up a conversation back and forth between homeowners about who the best roofer was or best HVAC company or best person who builds tables, and I was able to get a bunch of bots in there that looked real talking about how awesome my company was, you're telling me you wouldn't do that? Of course you would. Every company would. Because in the end, the way that you would justify it is you would say this. You'd say, my product is a great product. I do believe in what I'm able to provide. And if that's the marketing that I need to get people to believe and to buy into what I do, then I'm going to do it. And I think that's what people are missing, is that the real question isn't how he got people to get involved with this product. It's, did he actually deliver on his promises that he made to his customers? That's what I want to know. He generated all this $1 billion in revenue. What kind of response are we getting from the doctors who used his service? Anthony, is that something you can look up real quick? This thing is called Medv, right? Medvi, yep. Right? Are we hearing complaints from doctors, like the people who actually used the service itself? Or is all the complaints just from jealous people who wish they had thought about this marketing and had done it themselves? That's what I want to know. Because in the end, as you know, we only have a short show today, but I really feel that it doesn't come down to how he found his customers and got them involved, but did he deliver on the product that he promised them?
It says there's formal complaints from doctors in a clinical capacity.
Okay, so doctors are upset. All right.
And then consumers from the widespread public. Let's see.
Because it seems to me as I look at this, and we're briefly looking at this. We only have a limited time today for Blue Collar Media Group, everybody. But I'm going to put in here our clients, our customers, or only people upset about the marketing. So I think that for me, when I look at this, that's what comes to my mind. I can't tell you the number of people. Let's see here. Customer reactions: mixed, not universally outraged. Most actual companies or customers, it looks like, fall within two categories. They're satisfied, they're fine with the service that they're receiving, or you do have some frustrated companies, or customers, I should say. And okay, let me be frank. I mean, these are not complaints about the service, as I'm listing out just briefly that I'm seeing right here initially. The complaints that they're receiving are about misleading expectations versus reality. Okay, that could be not delivering. Subscription confusion and billing issues, again, could be with the service itself. Feeling sold too hard by ads. Okay, well, you're the one who bought the service. I mean, maybe you shouldn't have bought. That makes absolutely zero sense. I feel like you pushed too hard for me to buy your product. I went and bought your product, and now I want to complain about the purchase that I made because you sold me too hard. You're too good at sales and marketing, and you sold me because I don't have a backbone enough to say no. So let me blame you for how good your marketing and sales was. I was sold too hard by your ads. Now, the first three, though, I have to admit, those do fall into a category of the actual service not delivering. Now, that I have a problem with. If you are marketing your service and then you are saying things that you are not going to be able to back up, that's when doctors should definitely be upset with a service like this. And it says right here, as I read this, they're usually not mad about AI doctors specifically. They're mad about feeling misled or oversold is what we're hearing right now. All right, wait to see if the product delivers. My advice to these guys is, okay, you got sold on a product. Somebody used marketing that you weren't aware of and got ahead of their time, and you bought into it. Great. All right, you're not a fool if the product works. Why don't you see about that before you go making the complaint? Because if this person lives up to all of their expectations, then you have nothing to complain about right here. I think that for me, what I want to look at here is every now and then, somebody jumps the gun a little bit ahead of the curve in the public and is able to accomplish something in marketing that other people either were unwilling to try, didn't know how to do. Maybe they would have felt like they were being sleazy if they did try it, whatever it is. But this guy took a risk and he put a bunch of bots together and he made himself one heck of a profitable company. And what this is just the beginning. Imagine in a couple of years when billion-dollar companies have the understanding of what AI can do and the bureaucracy has gotten out of the way. If you think that one guy making a conversation on Instagram with some doctors back and forth, imagine what it's going to look like the next election that we have when all of these profiles are going to be fake. I would love to know how many profiles on an Instagram or a Facebook, all these platforms are actually real people versus what is actually fake. Because right now we're seeing an age where it is so simple. We'd automatically go create 100 Instagram profiles and use those Instagram profiles to have influence in the industry. And what I wonder about is this, Anthony, are we coming up as we close here on a time where companies will hire social media managers like, let's say us, and we go and create 500 homeowner profiles, and we go on to a roofing contractor's Instagram post, and we start just going back and forth, teaching those profiles to go back and forth about how great this person's particular product is. And imagine if you were a homeowner and you went to that profile and you look at that picture or that ad and you have 500 people claiming, man, this was the best experience I've ever had in my life. You want to talk about social proof that wasn't earned, but marketed in the right way? Is it dishonest? Yes. Is it against the law? That's the gray area. And I think that as companies evolve, before you start throwing rocks at this guy, take a look at your own glass house, because Who's to say that you wouldn't be excited to do it for your own company? I want to see how this guy performs now that he's got 1.2 billion in revenue. He delivers or does a good job of delivery, I'm giving him a thumbs up. If he doesn't, then I'm going to be very upset about this because I don't think people should be misled about the product itself. All right. That's where I draw the line on something like this. But I just think for me, I'm just excited to see that somebody took a chance like this, built something that was so powerful all by himself, not a multi-billion-dollar company, just a dude that said, I'm really good at this and I know what to do, what's going to make people react. And he capitalized on the market. Can't wait to see what he does in the next couple of weeks and where the backlash actually comes from. All right, everybody, very interesting story. We don't know a lot about it here. We're figuring it out with you as we go, but I hope that we take a deeper look at this either on this show or over on the Patrick Carr show in the next couple of days, because I think as the next couple of days develop, there's going to be a lot to talk about here. This is the most profitable company in the history of all. I think it's like 2 employees. How many? Can you look up real quick before we go? How many employees did the company have with 1.2 billion in sales? Got to know this. As we end right here, 2 employees. That's 2 employees. The company had 2 employees and 1.2 billion in sales is what they're projected to do. They are the most profitable company per capita in the history of the world. We need to pay attention to this. Marketers should pay attention to this. Is it controversial? Sure. But will he deliver on all the marketing promises, Anthony? 2 people, 1.2 billion in sales. This is going to be amazing. We'll see y'all next time. Blue Collar Media Group. If you got any questions about what we can do for you, head over to bluecollarmediagroup.com. All right, see y'all soon. Amazing.